You don't go 15-0 without a talented roster. The thing about Clemson is they had a lot of young talent as well. We're going to talk about the 2019 impact player for the Clemson Tigers, but I'm going to give you a breakout player to watch out for this year and also a most improved player that I'm rooting for. So we're going to talk about it. Let's get it.
With the squad, mess with one of us, you ain't messing with my vision, messing with the money, you ain't messing with.
What's up, guys? Welcome to ND TV. No more defeats TV. All we do is win, never taking any losses. And shout out to all my bosses. Guys, if you love college football, this is the channel for you because I talk about college football 24/7. And today we're talking about the defending champions. We're continuing our Impact Player Series where we list 3 impact players like they do on NCAA 2014. I missed that game. Where you get 3 impact players, but I'm going to take it one step farther, give you 3 impact players, 1 breakout player of the year, and 1 most improved player of the year, guys. And we're talking about the defending champions. Obviously went 15-0, beat down Bama. This team has a lot of players to pick from, but I'm going to try to narrow it down. Let me know what you think. Let me know your opinion. First one up is easy. The babyface assassin, Mr. Steal Your Girl, Trevor Lawrence. Coming into this year, he started on the bench. He only started the last 11 games as a true freshman. We know the whole scenario with Kelly Bryant starting off. Kelly Bryant ends up redshirting. Trevor Lawrence takes over the job and never looks back. 30 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. He even carried for 60 carries, 177 yards. So this guy can do it all. I mean, coming into the season, people talked about this guy as one of the greatest high school quarterbacks. I'm not a big hype guy, so I was like, I'll believe it when I see it. And boy, did I ever see it. And, we could talk about how he throws the ball, but I go back to when you look at when you look at the college football playoffs, you look at the Notre Dame game, you look at the Alabama game. If you didn't know Trevor Lawrence was a true freshman, you would have thought he was a senior the way he conducted himself. Never got skittish in the pocket, took the hits that Alabama was throwing at him, threw the ball, never acted scared, calm, cool under pressure. And Trevor Lawrence coming into this year, projected #1 quarterback in the nation, has a chance to win the Heisman. This Clemson team has a chance to be special, especially on the offensive side. And that's where we're staying for impact player number 2, his backfield mate, Travis Etienne, Parker Award finalist, Maxwell Award finalist, first team All-American by ESPN and SportingNews.com. Guy is amazing. It's crazy that you have one of the best quarterbacks in the nation, but one of the quarterback's best friend is always a running back, and especially Travis Etienne. When you can hand the ball, he could break it for 50, 60 easily. Look at his stats from last year: 204 attempts, 1,658 yards, 24 touchdowns, 8.1 average. Put up 86 yards against Alabama, along with 2 touchdowns in the championship game. We'll see how he can build on that, but Travis Etienne is for sure an impact player. I thought about going to the defensive side of the ball for the 3rd impact player, but I couldn't ignore the Clemson wide receiver core, which is one of the best in the nation. You can pick, you can flip a coin. You can go T. Higgins, or you could go Justin Ross. Both of them had a great year. Both of them will have a great year this year. I decided the 3rd impact player would be Justin Ross. 46 receptions, team high, 1,000 yards with 9 touchdowns. The guy made if you didn't know who he was and you just turned in a championship game, you saw him all over the field against Alabama, in which he dominated. A player from Alabama dominating versus Alabama. And he's going to be a great weapon for Travis Lawrence. I feel like T. Higgins is the guy everybody knows, very consistent, but towards the end of the year, especially in the championship game, Justin Ross just straight up broke off last year. 1,000 yards receiving, 9 touchdowns. Like I said, in the championship game, 6 receptions for 153 yards and a 74-yard long. Man, this kid was amazing. And I think this year he's going to have an even bigger year coming back as a sophomore. So watch out for Justin Ross. So there's your 3 impact players. Clemson is set to have an historic offense. Trevor Lawrence, Justin Ross, Travis Etienne are the 3 players that I picked as their impact players. Now looking into the breakout player of the year. Now this is projected. Like I said, this is a player that the fan base knows about. And this is the year where he will be known nationally. Now when I talk about the defensive line, we know Clemson lost several big-time players. You know about Colin Farrell from last year. You know about Christian Wilkinson. Well, another player that had a great season last year for a freshman is 6'2", 260-pound Xavier Thomas. Explosive edge rusher, 43 tackles, 10.5 for loss, 3.5 sacks, 2 pass breakups. Man, this kid will be special. There's been nothing but great reviews from him in the spring. The coaches love him. They love his work ethic. They love what he brings to the table. And he's going to have big shoes to fill. You know, they have a lot of talent that they can plug in. But you lose the guys you saw in draft day, those defensive linemen for Clemson being taken off the board. Xavier Thomas is the next guy up. I feel he's going to be Clemson's breakout player of the year this year. Now, most improved. Who's going to be the most improved player for Clemson? The most improved player is tough. This is me projecting who's going to improve the most. And this player is a guy who I'm rooting for because of the situation that he's in. I'm going with DK, Darian Kendrick. Now, for those who don't know, Darian Kendrick was a highly talented, amazing wide receiver coming out of high school. Last year he had 15 receptions, 210 yards. A lot of people thought that he would contend for the slot position. You know, Hunter Renfrow leaving, Darian Kendrick would pop in at that position, or at least compete for that position. But no, he's going to be playing defense, or at least that's what he played in the spring. A lot of people are calling him the most versatile player on this Clemson team. He returns punts, now playing defense, recruited as an offensive player so he can play different players. He's what I call just a natural football player. 6'1", 190 pounds, sophomore this year. He will get snaps at receiver or cornerback. Like I said, they moved him to corner in the spring. In the spring game, you saw him all over the field, making a couple plays, going up against Justin Ross. And the coaches just rave about this guy. They say he's very coachable. They say he's very athletic. And they say once he gets the defensive playbook down, he's going to be dangerous. So you look at a player that you can put him at receiver, you can put him at defensive back, 6'1", 190 pounds, versatile, fast, quick, athletic, coachable. That's a dangerous combination in a player. And I think with great coaches like Brent Venables and Dabo Swinney, they're going to put him in a position to succeed. I think he becomes Clemson's most improved player for this upcoming year. Guys, those are my 3 players for the impact players: Justin Ross, Trevor Lawrence, Travis Etienne, breakout player Xavier Thomas, most improved player is DK. Let me know, guys. Now, I know Clemson's been getting 5-star after 5-star after 5-star after 5-star, and I have been keeping up on that. On the video, on this screen is going to be a video film breakdown of Miles Murphy, the latest 5-star commit for Clemson. Check that out. Much love. As always, guys, no more defeats.